Happy, what the hell is today? Thursday. Every time we do this show, it's Happy Thursday. Constantine, it's not happening anymore because of all the DC stuff. Brett opens up a soda right in the middle of the intro.
It was planned.
Yeah, no, it was planned. Good job. Roxy set you up. I don't think I didn't see that. Speaking of Roxy, she's going to be doing some TV stuff. I got an Ant-Man and Quantumania early reaction, so we'll talk about that for sure. But there's only so much I can say, guys. There's only so much. But what else are we going to talk about? Of course we're going to ask Roxy what's going on with the dating life. I mean, that's the most important thing on all this stuff. I don't know. There's more Marvel stuff. There's more DC stuff. There's a lot of it, and there's trailers. I really want to talk about the March season, though. We're right around the corner. Creed 3 is coming up. That's what the show's going to be about. It's just going to be us talking, and that's what we do on The Big Thing. So if you're joining us for the very first time, do me a favor and show a little class, will you? Subscribe to the channel. 70,000 subscribers. We're almost there. We're at 65,000, man. And that's because of you guys. You've been joining us. You've been helping us out. You've been doing all that and more. And I really appreciate that. You don't even understand how much I appreciate it. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We are on video on Spotify now, so you can check us out on Spotify. Make sure you do that. Apple Podcasts. I know you like to listen to us on the drive and all that other jazz and whatnot. Patreon.com/TheBigThingShow. Check that out. I finally got Roxy her shirt or a sweatshirt. It was in the wrong color, but nonetheless, I got it. The Top Gun guy.
The Top Gun guy?
Yeah, the Top Gun guy. That pillow is in. It's in studio. We're very excited about that. You got the Sith Council shirts. Show some class. That and more. But you're here to watch us talk about things. Let's talk about things, everybody. It's The Big Thing. I'm ready. You ready? Cool. Let's do it. Applesauce and hand grenades, everybody. Welcome back to The Big Thing. I'm me. There's Rox. And there he is. Monkey sauce farts. Himself, Brett Sheridan. Brett, do you know that I went down a wormhole of the Flirt and Flouse stuff last night?
I saw.
Well, because I was going through files on my computer.
I saw that too.
How did you see that?
Because you were posting.
No, but that wasn't files. That was just I went through some guy's Twitter who was like, he hasn't tweeted in 3 years, and all it was is just a Flirt and Flouse stuff, which was amazing, and it was very easy. But I had to clean up my desktop, so I have all of these things on the desktop, and old Schmodown pictures and like crazy, really fun ones that I had sent some to Riley, and I started going through, and there was. What's the guy's name? It's this freestyle rap guy you see him everywhere on TikTok, and he's Henry Mack or something. Do you know who he is?
I was going to say Rizal, but that was about 25 years ago.
No,
so.
It's a Henry Mack, and I think the guy's name is.
I have no idea who that is.
You had to have seen him on TikTok. He's everywhere. He basically goes up to people on like Venice Beach, wherever.
Oh, yeah, I've
You've
seen
this
that
guy.
guy. Yeah.
And so he goes.
What?
Yeah, and
yeah,
he just
get with the times, Rox.
What he'll say is he'll go, give me something like, so give me a word.
Banana.
Give me a word.
Banana.
Perfect.
Oh.
How about another word?
Simpatico.
Simpatico. So banana and simpatico, right? So he will. I'm not going to do it, but he comes up with this whole thing, and he comes up with the with a freestyle, and it's really good. So what I didn't realize, he had a YouTube channel. Somebody, when the Flirt and Flouse craze was going on, threw the Flirt and Flouse's name out there.
Really?
Have you not heard this?
No.
Are you sure?
Wait, he. What?
Dude, I'm going to play the audio. I'm going to play the audio for you guys. And I
While
make sure
you're looking for this, Kristian,
yes,
why did you make us give you 2 words? Were you planning on doing something with it and then
I'm just going to show you what he does. Like I'm just saying I'm not going to do it.
It's an example of
This is my example of what he does, Roxy. Don't challenge me right now.
I just really wanted to hear you attempt.
Well, I don't want to do that right now.
Oh.
How about that? You ever thinking about that?
Oh, I'm thinking about it now, Kristian. Feels real good.
Good. Well,
Grandma had a banana. No, it wasn't a banana. It was
simpatico. All right,
your mind when I'm spitting phlegm magically. Charged up like a lithium battery. Yeah, multi-syllabics when I'm killing shit. Find another rapper out there half as real as this. Hey yo, I'm in the house. Kinda like the homies at Flirt and Flouse. Yeah. Hey yo, I'm here for y'all trying to pronounce words. The bounces of surge. Y'all know what we bout, sir.
Anyway, so
Wait, that's not about the Flirt and Flouse.
You didn't hear him say the Flirt and Flouse?
I heard him say it,
Yeah.
but he says kind of like the homies of Flirt and Flouse.
He threw in a reference to the Flouse.
He represent the Flouse, man.
The same way that, Roddy Piper's been mentioned in songs, the Wu-Tang Clan and whatnot. This was the Flirt and Flouse. It was a sign of respect.
Oh.
You don't think so?
Well, I'm racking my brain for what else the Flirt and Flouse could be referring to.
Did you just kill that big-ass spider?
Oh, you're shitting me.
What do you mean Black Widow?
So let me tell you a story. So I have a friend of mine here who did something. No, there's no camera on here. But I have a friend of mine in here who, it's not. You just smashed it with a novel. It's not dead.
How do you know it's a Black Widow?
Because I know it's a Black Widow, and I'll tell you right now. I was on a conference call. Did you get him?
Can I see?
You want to see him? Is he?
Yeah, I want to know how you know it's a Black Widow.
Is it gone? Is it goner? Is that? Oh no, he's not gone. No, Roxy, you don't need to see it.
I don't need to see it.
It has the red hourglass.
Oh God, no.
All right. So listen, let me tell you now.
You
That
let me in here?
listen to me.
In the
I'm
building?
gonna tell you this story. First of all, I didn't know it was a Black Widow, even though I'll tell you this.
You did know.
Listen to me. I'm on a conference call the other day.
God.
So I didn't tell you this yet. So all right. I'm on a conference call the other day. And remember that conference call I just told you that I was on? I was on a call. And so it's a Zoom call. So I'm in the middle of this, and I'm vibing what I'm saying at this point in the call. So from that light, out crawls this little fucker. Oh. And he ain't little. It was a big
spider.
It was a big one. And I'm like, whoa, that's a big spider. That's a really big spider. But I don't say anything on the call yet because I'm looking, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to get that thing at some point. And it goes back into the lamp. I'm like, all right. So then I start talking again. And now it starts doing this. Up here. Yeah. And so I'm in the middle of it.
Coming for
I'm in the middle of my talking going like this. And they're like, you got to get that thing, right? And I chased it, and I thought I got it. And I chased it out there, but apparently I didn't get it.
God.
And my friend just took it. He was my good friend before. Now he's my best friend.
Are there eggs anywhere that we need to
Obviously, there are eggs. He left it overnight, Brad. This whole place is infected.
I think it was 2 days ago.
Oh God, that's scary.
God,
Now that was when I say a big spider. My wife always goes, "Get in here! There's this big spider, and it's tiny." That thing was
He
massive.
smashed it with a novel, and it went like this.
Yeah.
Fuck you!
Yeah.
And it started
Did a
going
little
like
dance.
this. He opened it up. So let me see it. In his face, he was just doing it to be play. He's like, you don't want me to open up this tissue because the spider's going like this. Man. I'm all good. You can chop me with an axe. I ain't moving.
Oh.
Holy shit! How's your dating life?
smushed like the spider, man.
Oh
No.
No, it's
What
okay.
happened?
It's okay. Do you know that Ellis met him this weekend?
No.
Yeah.
What? No. Look, I love Ellis more than anything.
Yeah, hold on.
What a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I agree. Almost
Why
texted
wouldn't
you
he come in here?
You know who else met him this weekend?
If you say someone's stupid.
I don't know if you're gonna think it's stupid.
Who?
Knapsack.
Okay.
You think that's stupid?
Well, wait a minute. You
I
brought him to a show?
I did.
Oh, that's
okay,
right.
here's what happened.
Holy shit, Rox. You know what?
What,
I
bail?
wish that spider was 4 days.
It's like
4
the meanest
days.
thing you ever said to me.
After all the therapy we've been giving you.
Yeah.
And that's true. I owed it to you at
Yes.
this point.
100%.
To come to our
After-
stand-up show.
Yeah, that's right. And
After
no,
all your help.
that's
Yeah.
right.
How dare I?
That's right.
Okay, here's what happened.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I think
Blow it? Uh-oh.
maybe.
What'd you do?
I don't know if I blew it or if he blew it or if it's blown or if it's sewn. It's like
Mine don't go there. Go ahead. Who got blown?
I got it. I understood what you were referencing.
Who got blown? Don't go there.
I got it.
Roxy just lobbing them in.
No, this is a good moment for me to tell a serious story.
please.
Okay,
Please,
serious.
tell
Let's
it.
get serious.
Let's talk. All right.
It's not actual serious.
Okay.
Things are good,
Yes.
but it's difficult. It's difficult to
Yeah.
see each other. It's difficult when what we're doing is date night stuff, but we're seeing shows. So like Thursday, I took him to a premiere. We don't talk because it's a premiere.
What premiere did you go to?
I went
Can't say?
to Your Place or Mine,
Which one's that?
the Netflix Reese Witherspoon.
Oh,
Ashton
yeah, how
Kutcher
was it?
one. Really cute.
Okay.
Really cute.
All right, so that's a good movie to take someone to. For a good premiere, gets to take a date to, for sure.
Yeah, it was like the Netflix premieres are not like those. It's not.
Yeah,
just,
no,
like,
a small,
massive to
little
do.
intimate little thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
So we went to the premiere. I wasn't going to take him to the premiere, but he asked me out on Thursday, and I was
You were already
going to the
going.
premiere on
Right.
Thursday.
Right.
So it kind of just made sense.
Okay.
But one of my best friends on the planet runs the premieres for Netflix, and I guess that something got lost in translation where he didn't realize he was going to be meeting people that I knew. which I think is strange because I'm taking you to an event. You're always going to be meeting.
He had an issue with that?
I know. He didn't have an issue with meeting them. He had an issue with the fact that I don't think he thought he was on. And he wanted to like make a good impression, and he was like exhausted.
I respect that.
Yeah, but I feel like you should have known you were meeting people that I knew. Like, I don't understand.
But he told you. What, did it become an argument?
Here's when it came up. It came up when he asked me on Saturday, "Do you want to go see a show at the Laugh Factory?" And I knew Ellis was performing at the store.
Okay.
So I said, I would definitely go to Laugh Factory. However, I have a friend performing at the store if it makes no difference to you. And he was like, oh, great, let's go to the store then.
Okay.
So we get to the store.
Comedy store, by the way.
Comedy store.
Not like Ralph's or anything. Yeah.
Could have been.
It'd be
You don't
interesting.
know.
What if Ellis is performing by like the frozen
He's
groceries?
Poor
obviously
Alice,
performing
yeah,
at Whole
it's
Foods.
Downhill. How the
He's like, I couldn't get a spot, but right by the frozen yogurt, I'm crushing.
how the great have fallen. he's crushing the Ralph's sushi aisle.
You can do it to me, but not to Ellis.
Here comes
Poor
Knapsack.
Ellis.
By the chips aisle, we're going to hear about Knapsack's new sneakers. Go ahead.
You've seen him in the deli section. Mark Ellis. All right, so you blow him and then you take him to the store.
Which one?
The store.
Which store? Who I blow?
Who'd you blow?
He
Good.
blew her.
He blew her.
Go ahead.
No, I would say mature level 15 on you guys.
Yeah.
If that's being generous. Out of 100,
No,
right?
out of 10.
Oh, out of 10?
Yeah, really mature.
Look at you.
Yeah, very good.
nice.
So, okay, what happens is on the way to the store, I get a text.
You gotta forgive me for
I forgive you.
You sinned again and again and again.
I forgive you.
You keep sinning. She knows at this point,
All
dude.
right, so on the way to the store, go.
You got more
I'm
in
done.
you? You're
I'm
good.
done.
Okay.
I think I
on the
did
way
that
to the
shit.
store, I get a text from Ken. And Ken's like, on the patio, come say hi. So I say to Canada, yo, my friend's on the patio. I want to stop by and say hi. And he casually drops a, so are you sneak attacking me with all your friends this week? Ooh. And that did not go well for your girl Rox.
No.
Because then we pull up. So we get out, and first, we're like, but he does it in his like laughing way.
Did he throw A in there?
Yes.
No, I don't know.
Yes, he threw A in there.
Yeah, look. So who was I talking to recently?
About
Katie Sackhoff was in, and she's got her husband is Canadian. She threw an A in there, so I was like, so you might have thrown, he might have thrown an A.
no, it was a fair question
I
and
thought
relevant to the story.
Right.
So what happened was he doesn't throw an A in there. He says it. We get out and he meets Ken quickly.
Yeah.
Mark rushes us in because he's about to be on.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the show, and in my head, you guys know me. I'm like
Stewing.
stewing.
Yeah.
Stewing.
You wouldn't let it go.
And like,
Boston's ready to.
Yeah.
I could not have been looking more bomb.com. Like, I see him like vibing with me, staring at me. Like, I know he's like into me. And in my head, I'm thinking, when we get home, why
not Elsa at this point?
Why not? What?
Let it go, baby.
Oh.
Come on. That's a dad joke. That's a dad joke.
I definitely wasn't. I'm not trying to pick a fight. I want to know what he meant. I needed to know, like, what do you mean by that? Because I super didn't sneak attack you with my friends.
But what if he was just fucking with you a little bit?
So,
Okay.
4 hours later.
Oh, after
After
he's
the
still
show,
letting it just, yeah.
We go home,
Okay.
or we go back to his place, and he's like laughing and having fun, and I want to let it go.
Roxy Stryer.
But instead, I said, hey, you know that thing you said 4 hours ago?
God.
Okay.
What did you mean? And he's like, what thing? And I'm like, that thing you said about sneak attacking you with my friends. Because he said, like, I was on the phone with my buddy, and I said, like, oh, yeah, she's totally been sneak attacking me with her friends, which is so not my MO. He hasn't met Steph. He hasn't met Dorina.
Us?
He hasn't met you guys. I've only introduced him to
We
things
were last on that list. Not even mentioned.
You get why?
Yeah.
Of course.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I have not really introduced him to any of my friends. He's come to 2 events with me, and people I have known have been there.
Yeah.
But I'm not really ready to introduce him to my friends. So I was like, what do you mean by that? He's like, oh, it was a joke. And I was like, Should have dropped it.
Yes.
Didn't. Said, was it?
Oh no.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Was it?
I'm usually on your side.
I know.
That's called stirring the pot.
Yeah, you're looking for some
But
shit.
okay, I just wanted him to say clearly what he meant because I could tell it wasn't a joke. And finally, I want to make a good impression on your friends. If I'm going to meet somebody, can you let me know who I'm meeting? Because I don't even know who's important in your life and who's not.
Fair request, I think.
And I said, great, let's move on. Like,
He wasn't ready to move on now.
kind of not.
Oh, Roxy.
So,
Oh, he's taped up your fist with glass, ready to go. And then when the other guy put on the glass, he said, I'm just kidding.
kinda. But,
Oh, no.
in all fairness, I actually think that I'm 50-50 in the right here. Like, he said something.
2080.
I don't think so.
Okay.
He said something. I'm allowed to ask about it.
Yeah.
Then when he gave me a reasonable explanation, I'm ready to drop it. He was not ready.
Maybe he didn't like the approach.
But he's laughing the whole time. So then, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, we're on the phone, and I was like, we kind of got in our first like bickering thing last night. He was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, God damn it, Roxy. Like, why the fuck did you bring it back up? So I was like, never mind. He's like, no, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, that thing.
Hi, I need something getting in the way. Me?
100%. And he's like, we literally didn't bicker. It was like 2 seconds. But in my head, it was like an hour and a half.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, no, it was fine. I'm chill.
So let me ask you a question, though, as you go through all this.
Yeah.
Because there might be more to the story that I'm sure there is. But is this potentially, from everything you're saying right now, you think this is a big deal? To him, maybe it's not a big deal at all.
I don't think it's a big deal. Here's what I think is a big deal. I know he's gone this weekend. I know I'm working tonight and tomorrow until 1 a.m.
What are you doing?
Tonight, do you want me to deviate from the story?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Because I could tell you.
Was it a good
Monday when he's back? I know that I'm going to Ant-Man, so I don't even know like when I'm going to see him again. So I think that could be. It's not good when like your last interaction is like But it was fine, and like we got over it and stuff. But I don't even think he was ever not over it.
Well, I have a solution. If you want to hear it.
What is it?
All right. So you don't
Make
believe
time for each other?
No, I have a solution. So he doesn't like being bombarded by your friends, right?
Come on. Do you feel like I did that?
This is what I'm saying. He doesn't. This is what it seems like. He doesn't like being bombarded by your friends.
Do you feel like I did that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I think you should attach your Bluetooth to the road and we call him right now. No.
And go, seriously, what did you mean by that?
We need to get to the bottom of this,
Yeah.
Jack. So let's figure this out.
Yeah.
Were you mad? And if not, then he wins.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer at work right now. I think
Oh.
he would actually kill me.
All right. Fine.
And
We'll
he
do
has
that then.
communication problems.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be able to answer
Yeah.
that. But anyway.
You're lucky you talked to him about it in person.
Yeah.
You would never got to the bottom of this thing.
Totally, yeah.
Right. Well, did we help you at all?
Things are going well.
Did we
Thanks
help
for
you at all on this
asking.
one?
Do you think that maybe so because you were rushed in, that's why you didn't bring it up immediately, or did you think it would cause you didn't want to fight before?
No, I would have brought it up immediately if Ken wasn't standing right there. The
Right.
second
And
he
then you
brought it
got
up.
rushed into the
Yeah,
thing.
and it would have been no big deal if it was. The problem was that I waited 4 hours, but there was no time to do
Yeah.
it prior to the 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, do you understand that the audience has now become fascinated with this story? Like we've gone through like this is like chapters in this is like episodes of a TV
Listen,
series.
I'm getting more DMs about Canada than I've ever gotten about anybody
Because of
in
these segments?
in my life.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, look, you're gonna get even more after this one, and I think that this time, though, I think that if you were watching this as a television show, you are the protagonist of this show, and
you feel like I'm the antagonist right now.
I think you did I think the protagonist did an antagonistic action in this episode.
I just don't understand how you could think that could be that bad. What was I supposed to do?
That bad?
Score on it myself?
No, when I say that, it's like it's all in the lightest of terms. I don't think that you did anything wrong, except you like this guy. You wanted to get to the bottom of this and figure out, like, because you don't want any issues, but unfortunately, it made it more of an issue.
Totally. Like I thought that I was clearing air, and
Yes.
instead I clouded air, and then
Yeah.
I decided like fuck this.
Keep
I don't
going.
want. Yeah.
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 You could have let it go.
I think I could have let it go. And
Yeah.
I'm honestly not great at picking my battles, which has been a problem for me in past relationships because I feel like I want to solve it all. And like, what did you mean by this? And what does that refer to? And sometimes it's like, just get high and go to bed. Like,
Listen,
just don't like deal with it.
I'll tell you this: I'm rooting for you, and I hope.
Are you rooting for him?
Right now, I am.
Yeah, me
But
too.
I'm rooting for him with you. I just for this one, you know, you guys perfect balance. But I look forward to hearing the next chapter next week.
Yeah, well, hopefully I see him by then.
think you
Tuesday's
will.
Valentine's Day.
Oh no, that's another conversation. We'll be here for another 20 minutes on how you're going to handle that. But
I'm not gonna handle it.
Yeah, let's. But you did mention something that I think we can transition into. You mentioned you're going to see Ant-Man.
I am, and you saw it.
I saw it.
And people were tweeting weird things.
Like what? How do you even pay attention to this shit? I tweet and I run away.
Because I'm usually alone, and I'm up
and
till
you're just
5 in
reading?
the morning.
What were they writing?
Some people are saying that it is like very. No,
Oh, you're talking about the responses in general.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant responses to my tweet. Go ahead. I don't know. Sometimes you pay
That's what
attention
it
to that.
sounded
shit.
like to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you, Brett.
Yeah. That you were like, oh,
You guys
people
share
respond.
a brain.
No, thank you.
You
Brett.
said
Thank you.
Ant-Man, and I said people are tweeting weird shit, and you guys both assumed I was talking about you?
The way that you said that, it seemed like that. Did it seem like that to you?
No
See,
way.
He said yes as well. He said no.
It seemed like you were.
You understood what she was saying the whole time? Okay.
I
We
feel
were right.
like
We were right, Brett.
If anything, I'm overly clear.
Do you agree with that? He agrees with that.
I'm very, very direct, very clear. What did you mean by that?
Can you finish what you're saying, please?
People were just tweeting mixed things about it. I feel like some people were saying it was kind of convoluted. Some people said that there were moments that were like you're so out of it and then you get back into it. People seem to really like Kang in general, and that seems to be the consensus. Would you agree with
I
that?
agree with all of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that again, I can't do a full review yet because the embargo doesn't drop until Valentine's Day. What I will
Big day for your girl.
what I loved about it was how hard of a swing it took at science fiction. Like it takes a massive science fiction swing, which is
Can you say anything more about that?
well. I mean, just look at what you like what you see in the trailers, right? And then how it's like, you know, the first two are very much like heist comedy. This is very much a science fiction fantasy almost. You know, it's like it's very people. There are a lot of references I saw to Star Wars, which I can understand that. I saw a mixture of like Star Wars meets like Dune meets Fifth Element meets Strange World. Like there's all these different things that were in there. There is humor in there, which is also what I liked. But the way that it was kind of balanced out. I'll say to my non-spoiler, there's a character that they showed in the trailer that I'm curious how people are going to respond to it. And then I do think that it gets a bit, and I said it too, it gets a bit chaotic at points. And then it kind of wraps itself back up, as you said. Like a lot of people felt that way. I felt the same way. I think this is going to be not as divisive as, say, Thor, Love and Thunder, but I think there are going to be some people who maybe are expecting something different. I liked the heavy push into science fiction, is what I'll say.
It's as funny as what Marvel movie?
Oh, I don't know.
Ant-Man.
The first one? No, I mean,
Like, is it Ragnarok funny?
no.
So it's not Guardians, it's not Ragnarok.
No, it's the most serious out of all three Ant-Man, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, there
I don't
is.
love that.
I do. That's the thing. Some people might not dig that. I think there's humor in it, but not as much as the other two, for sure. Like the first one had, I think, a really good balance. The second one had way more balance of comedy over anything else. This one is like the opposite. There's jokes. Kang or Jonathan Major said it. He's like, Kang is a no joke villain, literally. Yeah. And he's fantastic. That's the other part of it that I can say is that Jonathan Majors is a superstar. You knew it kind of going into it. He delivers, and he makes you very curious on how Kang will play into, Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars and all that.
You might not be able to answer this, but a lot of Wasp or no?
It's called Ant-Man and the Wasp, is what I'll say.
Okay.
So.
And does she change her hairstyle at all?
No, they reference the hair.
They do? Okay.
Yeah. But that's all I can give you now until the embargo lifts on Tuesday morning. So I'll do a non-spoiler review here.
I know you just said that's all you can give me, but one more question.
Yeah,
Does it feel long?
I took this is the story I can't tell. I took my daughter to the premiere with me.
I know, because I asked to go and you said no.
Right. I took her. But did you even look at the footage? What I did?
No.
Yeah, see? I wore my new suit for you and everything.
Not for me.
Yeah, or for you.
Just to make fun of me for staying at home.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. But
sharp.
she didn't remember.
Oh, the new suit.
Yeah.
I want to see.
No, I'm not showing it to you now. Because you didn't give a shit about it until I brought it up just now. You didn't even ask me about it.
That's true.
Right.
That's kind of fucked up.
So I'm going to think about it for about 4 hours, and I'll bring it up to you later.
Yeah.
So
Let's do a show in the meantime.
that's it. I was my daughter usually goes to bed. She's 11, so she usually goes to bed around like 8:30, sometimes 9. But so we're getting to the point where, because every time at the premieres they tell you the screening starts at 6:30, but it doesn't start till like 7:30, 7:45. They just want to get everybody there. So she's there. The movie starts, and at one point she looks over and she goes, "This is a long movie." And I'm like, "Do you like it?" She's like, "Yeah, I like it a lot. It's just long." And I don't know how long it is. I think it's like 2:15. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. It didn't feel that long to me though.
She doesn't usually say that.
No, and but what she did say, what was that?
Sorry.
Your phone. Isn't that like a message being?
I don't know.
Oh, because your phone is through Bluetooth.
It is, but,
Yeah.
but nothing's coming through my phone.
We're underwater.
It's bizarre.
Did you see that I made like a joke about my stomach making that sound, and then you didn't
hilarious.
get
You
it?
just gotta I thought it was hilarious.
Didn't
Hold the
giggle?
phone.
I know what I got to do. It's not Bluetooth's not on.
Oh.
See, so you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. See, we still.
I'm taking the curtains down and going home.
The whole thing. It's just takes the whole studio down. I don't know what that was. I have no idea. But what I'll tell you, the movie, but she did say at one point, which was hilarious, because I was like, oh, this is very Star Wars-y. She looks, and my daughter, who liked the movie a lot, she looks at her, she goes, is this a Star Wars movie or a Marvel movie?
Was she joking or she was curious?
No, she was joking around, but like she just.
I'm just checking on her.
Yeah, well, she just watched all of Loki. She's caught up through. We took it because I knew that she had to watch Loki to watch this movie.
Oh.
And so she did. She finished Loki because at the very end.
That's relevant to this movie?
I mean, I think the very end of it is. I mean, if you look, I mean, for people, this isn't a spoiler. He who remains is a variant of Kang.
Yeah.
And he kind of sets up. It's not.
But he's not Kang.
No, he's not. You won't miss anything. You know, if you see it, you can still carry along. It's not like, oh, I didn't see Loki, so I missed it. But I will say, and the other thing people have been asking, and the thing that I can talk about is that there are 2 post-credit scenes that you should stick around because a lot of times they do 2 post-credit scenes that are, you know, one's funny and one that doesn't really mean anything, and the other one has relevance to the story. They both have relevance to the story, so that's what I would say. Stick around for both. But yeah, the event was great. Like I don't really necessarily, for me, I went. Covered it. It's work for me, you know. But for my daughter,
You didn't do the party?
I did. We went.
I thought Ellis left before the party.
Ellis sat next to us. So what's hilarious too is my daughter we were sitting there and she's looking. She goes right in front of us. I don't know who the YouTuber is, so I know your follow-up question is gonna be like, who was that? I have no idea. My daughter goes, I'm pretty sure that's the YouTube guy that I watch, and I go, you should say something. She's like, but I don't know. She's like, it looks just like him. He's got the same girlfriend. I'm pretty sure that's his dad, and he has the same face. I'm like, then it's him.
It's probably.
You should say something to him. She's like, I don't know, but if it's not him, I'm gonna be embarrassed. It was adorable, right?
Logan Paul.
Who was it?
She told me the name, and I found out afterwards, and I can't remember.
Does she watch a lot of YouTube?
Yeah, she watches, but she watches like Mr. Beast and like other things too, and she watches like she definitely watches, but like. And then it was funny is that the kid got up and the YouTuber guy, and there's like an open seat and sits right in the open seat right by her, and she's little, so it's like she like block. And I go, and we had a chance. Luckily enough, there were some seats in the back. We moved back, but like it was like, come on, man, just leave that seat open. You're sitting by an 11-year-old.
I don't think people without kids are ever aware of that.
No, I don't think so.
I know because I'm short.
He wasn't short, this kid, and he was probably.
No, I'm saying I'm the kid.
Right, in this scenario.
Yeah.
They all sit in front of me, and I'm like, come on, man.
But it was fun watching this whole thing through her eyes, though, because as we walk in, and I was just telling my friend this. We walk into this thing, and at this point, you know, it's fun to see people there and everything. But for her, she sees Jonathan Majors, and her eyes open up. She sees Evangeline Lilly, and then she sees Paul Rudd, and she's like, oh my god, right? Me, I'm like, Bob Iger. And I looked at my daughter. I go, yeah. I go, they're all important. I go, but look at that guy. I go, that guy. He's the guy. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Paul Rudd's right over there. I shouldn't give a shit about Bob Iger. But it was also as we were coming out of the theater, like she goes, Dad, it's Ant-Man, and like she was standing right next to him.
Oh wow,
which was fun. He was like walking through. So that was a nice moment. But yeah, I'm very curious how people are gonna play. How this is gonna. I think some people. Was hilarious too. At one point, I said in instant reaction that I thought the movie was science fiction, had it played really well. I think that it gets a bit chaotic and it could wind up, and it has a nice bow on it, but I can see it being divisive. To which someone goes, "Oh yeah, kissing the Disney boots." Like, did you not see the full episode I did where Thor: Love and Thunder is atrocious?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Shill, baby.
Yeah, that's right. That's a shirt.
Shill, baby.
Shill, baby.
Yeah.
Shill, baby, shill.
That's gonna be the first one you give me. You know nothing I've
Yeah.
ever said. Have you made a shirt? And I've said some funny shit.
Yeah.
Never.
I'm the funniest.
I mean, I guess not. How'd you like your shirts? We got
Yeah,
it.
no,
It's
they're
not brown.
okay. All right.
Tell
let's
the
see,
saga,
let's
and then
see.
and then we're gonna move on
Well,
to the
because you're
next
wearing
story.
all black, and I agree that this is a muted.
It's definitely brown
I know.
for sure, but I actually don't feel like me showing this on camera shows
I think it
that
looks
it's
pretty good
brown.
though. Yeah, it looks
Oh,
black.
It does look
It
black.
reads on camera.
You guys just have to trust me on this. It's not.
What do you guys think? Hold
No,
that
no,
up.
no,
Hold
no.
it up.
No, I
Oh,
have-
don't lose the bet.
Okay, then I'm gonna get really close.
It's a
Because-
It's a
no.
it's a
Where you going?
muted
I'm
black.
going to the camera to
We'll
show
go to
it.
Brett's camera.
I don't.
This is-
I think the
Okay,
camera's
I'm
going
This
to be
is a
more.
disaster.
I'm
What you're doing here?
holding it. Check it out.
Subscribe to the channel, will you?
This is going to be.
We,
You're very
I think you
close
just,
to the.
yeah, and I think you just turned the camera off.
No, by what?
I don't know what you did.
No, I didn't.
All right.
Okay,
Go
hold
ahead.
on. Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a great shot. It's good
You
too.
guys see that?
Yeah,
Hold
that's
on.
that's
It's-
black.
The camera's being more.
Total black.
Hold on.
It's black.
Look at my black shirt next to this.
There's
Okay,
hair
you
all over
can't
the
actually
place.
see.
No,
It's
it's
true, it's
terrible.
my hair.
It looks like
It's
a.
brown. It's brown.
It's like
Just
that
trust
Billy.
me,
It's
brown.
like that Billy
Brown
Madison
is
scene
brown.
where you just did. We're all
Yeah.
stupid in it.
I actually can't stand you guys right now because you're looking at this. You know it's brown. You're hanging me out to dry.
It says
It
on
took
the
2
shirt, it
months to
says
get
dark
this
black.
sweatshirt. It's brown.
I would say a muted black. I don't
Thank
think
you.
it's brown, but I think it's not a like this is a black. This is you've got faded jeans, but this is almost like a black that's been sitting out.
No,
like
I'm stoked for it. Just keep in mind I ordered a white sweatshirt. So
yeah, I mean
it's been a thing, but it's hilarious. You know, speaking of Ellis, I went to dinner with Ellis, and I had on my Schmodown sweatshirt, the white one. He was like, "That one's tight." I go, "You want one?" So the next day I ordered it. Roxy, look over there. That was the next
Yeah.
day,
in the color Ellis wanted.
and the color he wanted and everything.
that's for him.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
What did he ever do?
The country twang at the end is even better. All right, listen. Before
I'm
Roxy
so
has a
upset that
fit,
I went to show them, and
Yes.
it does look black on the camera. I'm gonna give you guys that. It is brown.
yes,
Just like you just have to know I'm not lying.
you're lying. All right, listen. But I'll tell you who's not lying, and that's Athletic Greens. I love me some Athletic Greens, and I'll tell you why. I love Athletic Greens. You guys know how much I love Athletic Greens. I've been talking about them forever. And I'm so glad that you guys have been. I mean, I get comments now all the time of everybody who's been checking them out and everybody who's been using Athletic Greens. I love AG1. I mean, I really do. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens like every day. It's been giving me a big boost of energy. And I tried it because I'm not a big vitamins guy. I don't like 75 different vitamins. I wanted one. I hated taking pills and vitamins. I wanted a supplement that tastes great. And it really does taste good. I had my little 5-year-old. I said, Maisie, come here, smell this. What does it smell like? She's like, ooh, like fruit punch. I was like, yeah, it smells like fruit punch. Looks like grass, but it doesn't taste like it. And it's really good. I love it. It's the healthiest thing that you can do in under a minute. AG1 is powerful because it's so easy to fit into your lifestyle. I just put it into a water bottle. I shake it around. That's it. It's great. It's an all-in-one formula. And you cover everything with one shot. It's delivered to you every month. Very easy to make a daily habit. And if you're looking for an easier way to take supplements, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. You go to athleticgreens.com/bigthing. athleticgreens.com/bigthing. All right, thank you once again to our sponsors over at Athletic Greens. Use that code, man, athleticgreens.com/bigthing. We are so happy to have them on board. We've had them on board for a very long time. They are continuing to come back, and it's because you guys have been, not only, I get it all the time, how do you help the show? How do you help the show? And I also say, help the show, but help yourself. And Athletic Greens is a great way to help yourself. I've been using it for a while. People say, hey, man, you've been losing weight. I have been, and I've been using Athletic Greens. I'm not a big vitamins person. I haven't been taking 75 different vitamins. Just didn't want to do it. Didn't have to do it. I took Athletic Greens. I shake it up in a water bottle. That's it. Again, athleticgreens.com/bigthing. Go it. Do it. Go it. Sure. Go it. Go it. Do it. Let the English see you do it. All right. Let's move on. You guys hear about this Constantine thing? Rox? What's wrong? You got gas? What's wrong? What are you doing? You burn yourself?
Burning himself on a
We're in the middle of a show. You drinking? What's in there? Rum? What'd you do to yourself? What happened? Good Lord. How do you know I wasn't drinking out of that? What did you just, what's happening?
It was all the blowjobs.
What? All in one shot? You had to let it out?
It was.
You've been holding it in.
She was stored in her chipmunk cheeks.
She was talking. She the reserves all stacked up. She was able to get through that 4-hour conversation with all.
I just know this is going to be a thing. I just know.
Well, you made the choice. That was you.
I had no choice.
You had no choice? What happened?
Okay. I took a sip. You stumbled on a word. I started laughing. I couldn't get it down. I couldn't get it down. And then I'm sitting there, and it's in my mouth. And I can't swallow. And then
Matt Link is having a field day with this right now.
What happened, and then I couldn't tell you what happened, and then I couldn't. I knew it was either
Go
out
with
or
it.
out.
Yeah.
Out or out.
Yeah, there was no in. There was no option.
You had to take my cup. No matter what. No matter what. I can't drink out of that glass now.
Ever.
Why didn't you just open your coffee cup and spit it into that?
Because I don't want to ruin my.
You didn't want to ruin it, but God forbid if I was drinking anything
It was
out of there.
empty. It was empty.
Guess you're about
At least I didn't ruin your road.
That cup's been empty in here as long as that spider was in here.
No. I had a drink out of that this morning.
I couldn't help it.
Come on.
Maybe don't stumble on your words next time. I'm actually.
Have you ever
afraid
been
to
on
try
this
to
show?
drink.
It's like a standard thing that comes with
Kick
me.
up.
Someone said the other day on one of my Last of Us, is my favorite thing about Kristian is he never gets the names right. No, never going to.
If you had just let me be, I would have been able to fit. And now I know
No, I
I
got a
can't
good
drink
bit.
anything.
I got a good bit now out of it. But you know that's going to be like a thing. People are going to be tweeting that. And I hope, by the way, that you do that. I hope that there's...
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So just keep tweeting, tag me, and take clip outs of it, and we're just going to keep retweeting it because we want people to watch the show. That's the only reason why.
Okay.
All right, let's move on.
I couldn't have done it when I was wearing my shirt and looking cute. Like I had just had a hat.
I think it works out. I think it worked out for everybody.
Fuck me.
All right. So now it says I hear rumors. I hear things. So it says, first of all, it says Constantine. At first it said that the sequel wasn't going to happen, right? And so now it says it is moving forward. What does that mean? So this is from Dark Horizons. One notable absentee from last week's unveiling of the future of the DC studios was the sequel to 2005's Constantine with Keanu Reeves and director Francis Lawrence, who was returning. Reeves was spearheading a push to get a follow-up made, and Warner Brothers Pictures finally relented late last year and is moving forward on a follow-up. So that was all before James Gunn and Safran came aboard at DC Studios and completely reshuffled the DC slate. This has naturally led to the question of whether the film is still happening. Now, a spokesperson for Warner Brothers has confirmed to Entertainment Weekly that the sequel has not been scrapped, despite chatter on social media in the past few days suggesting it had been. That's what I had heard. By the way, you know the G-Man, you know what word I read him all the time now. You know what he loves?
Despite.
No, whilst.
Oh.
Whilst?
Whilst. Gunn and Safran have
And
mentioned
Helm.
it.
Wow.
Whilst.
Y'all don't say whilst?
Whilst. It's likely the film will be one of the Elseworlds titles. Makes sense. Batman, Joker, but this is also adds to the confusion. This isn't a part of the new DC continuity, and Reeves will reprise his role of chain-smoking supernatural exorcist and demonologist John Constantine from the Hellblazer comics. Okay, so let's get into that. This adds into what we were talking about, Rox. It's like there's going to be all these Elseworld stuff, and then it's really going to be up to the audience. It's like the people who are locked into it and understand what's going on and paying attention to the announcements and, oh, well, that's an Elseworlds thing. I think more about the general audience going, oh, so that movie that just came out with, let's say, Aquaman or let's say Supergirl, because that's one of the DCU projects. Supergirl comes out, and then Constantine comes out, and I'm some person who's, oh, well, that must tie into this. And it's like, no, it's an Elseworld. What the hell's an Elseworld?
Let's rewind for a second, though, Kristian. You said that you were under the impression that this was canceled. Was that because of social media, or did you see something that said this was canceled?
I saw something on social media, but I saw it in passing.
Everybody just makes shit up.
Yeah.
They all just make
No,
shit
you're right.
up.
You're right.
It's like it's so difficult to keep on track of what's actually happening. The thing that's confusing to me about this is that you would think with the Swamp Thing announcement that Constantine and Swamp Thing would be in the same universe, but he didn't announce Swamp Thing as Elseworlds. He announced it as tying into the DCU.
Yeah, right.
But this is Elseworlds, so
Yeah,
that
because
I'm not sure.
Well, I'll
about.
tell you why. I mean, if I was to guess, I would tell you that the reason why is Keanu Reeves is on this thing again where he's crushing his John Wick and everything he does inside of that. And it's like, well, if it's a smaller movie, it's not going to cost as much, and you get Keanu Reeves and he's going to produce, and you can get people in the theater to watch Constantine 2, and there's a call for it, then you make it an Elseworlds thing because it's Keanu Reeves.
I
That's
completely
my suggestion.
agree and get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that it's weird that our Elseworlds properties are not Elseworlds properties. Like
Right.
that we are putting some of them into the same universe is strange. Like how there's going to be Batman
Right.
as an Elseworlds project.
Right.
That doesn't really fully check out to me. There's Joker as Elseworlds. There's going to be Constantine as Elseworlds.
And we don't even know if does the Flash, is that going to be part of the DCU? Is Aquaman going to be Elseworlds now, or is he going to fit into or be Lobo? Nobody really knows yet. And one of the fair criticisms, because we have seen this when we've discussed this, is they said we're giving you some stuff now, we're not giving you everything.
Yeah.
So that could also not just mean projects, that could also be more of further explanation. They're going to wait for these movies to come out. They're going to wait to see what the Flash looks like and all this stuff too because what they don't want to do, and it makes perfect business sense, is say, no, the Flash, it doesn't mean nothing. It's an Elseworlds project, and go and have fun watching it, because a lot of people are going, well, fuck that. I'm not going to see it. I'll wait for your DCU stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And they also don't have all the explanations. It's not even that they're just not giving them to us. They don't know exactly what they're going to do yet, which makes perfect sense. I think that the thing that I keep reminding myself that we all need to keep saying is, if the movies are great, it doesn't matter. If every movie they do we love, then I don't really care about the interconnectivity or what is confusing prior to getting to the movie theater.
But
So
I think,
that will be fine.
like you're saying, I think Joe Schmo is going to be confused by this, and a good business plan is not to confuse people with this elsewhere stuff.
Unless though the same mentality is they don't care about the connected thing yet. Maybe they just, maybe there's some people who are that just want to go watch a movie and don't give a shit about whether it's connected or not. And they go, well, they're just going to need somebody next to them going, oh, this doesn't connect to that other movie. This is this side-alone projects for DC was working in general, because this was already a thing. This wasn't called Elseworld. Whether it's Batman and Joker and all these kind of side projects, and then you kind of didn't really know what the DC EU or whatever, it's not even an official title, but the Shazam stuff, was it still connected? They didn't really know because of all this stuff. Kind of, was Snyder coming back? Was he not? So I think having a plan with these, it's almost like, it's like comic books in general. It's like there's certain through lines in comics that if you're buying the issues and you know that it connects to a certain story, and then there are other ones that don't connect at all. And one that I always bring up all the time on Capes and Cowls was, I was a big X-Men guy growing up, was Meltdown. And it was the comic with Havoc and Wolverine, and it was a side adventure, and it was a lot more kind of graphic and more adult, but it was this kind of side adventure that was happening, and I didn't connect it into the other ones. And I was a kid. I didn't connect it into the other ones that were happening. So I think there's a way to disconnect it. People just have to get used to it.
Well, yeah, because Marvel has set the standard for everything connects, and you have to watch them in this order, and if you watch this out of order. So that's the thing that I think is going to be confusing to people.
Right, because people are used to it with Marvel.
Yeah, and this elsewhere, I didn't hear
like
that
elsewhere
until you...
better than Elseworlds.
Elseworlds. Yeah. You brought that up the other day. I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't know that Batman was considered an Elseworld.
I think that's okay, Brett. Like, if you went to the movie and it was a good movie, you wouldn't care that you didn't know what the word Elseworlds meant. They're not even going to say the word.
Yeah, but I'm just, in terms of, I was like, oh, how does this tie in? Is this, I still thought it was supposed to tie in somehow, even though it was a different Batman. I was like, oh, this is a new Batman? Like, what's the, because I'm an idiot.
No.
No.
Brad.
That's the way somebody
you represent the casual fan, and that's my point in all of this.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you who represents all of us when it comes to TV choices. That's Roxy Stryer. Roxy, there's a lot of stuff out there. So like I haven't Shrinking. I started watching episode 2. I didn't get through it yet, but 1923 is back, right?
This week.
It goes back this week.
I think so.
Okay. So 1923, before you get into your choices, that was one. I started watching Invincible, by the way, finally.
I didn't watch it.
So after working for the company for 3 years, never watched a single episode. I started watching it recently. I love it. I think it's great.
I hear it's amazing.
It's great.
You know, I stood by The Walking Dead top to bottom, so I feel like I should get to Invincible. I just have a hard time starting animated shows. Even my favorite, Harley Quinn, I haven't watched season 3 of it. I really have to get back into it.
This one's pretty good though. It's pretty engaging. I really, because everyone had talked about it glowingly. I hadn't heard a bad thing about it. Have you watched it yet?
No.
It's good. It's really good, and it's like it's got some deep character work.
Rough, right? It's like
but it's like it's got like this kind of old school Saturday morning feel to it, but yet it's, when I say that I mean like the overall like the look of it.
Yeah.
But then but it's clearly not the way. It's got way more of. It's not. The Boys is like a satire.
That's what I was wondering, if it's like
it's got its satire like elements to it for sure.
Super violent though.
Super violent.
Yeah.
And it really is. But I don't know. Are you a fan of? Yeah. So I really enjoy a lot. And I actually didn't even realize. I look behind. Look over there. See, is it on top? Yeah. Like I didn't even realize I had these. Like this is hilarious. I'm after watching, I'm like, I have all the volumes, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, I have all these, and I didn't even realize it. Again, I'm working for the company for so long, but it's fantastic. If people haven't watched it,
hijacked my TV segment.
Yeah, I know.
What happened?
I'm sorry. You're sorry. Your TV.
Play your theme music again.
took my
You don't
TV
have
segment.
any?
I do. I have it. I have theme
She
music.
needs theme
No,
music.
I have theme music for Roxy. I got theme music. Hold on. Ready? And I'll put my glasses. That's how important this is that I want to play it. No, it's not going to be farts. I promise.
It's 100% not going to be
It's
good.
not going to be farts. I'm going to tell you right
Okay.
now. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to play it. Okay, I got it. Oh, there it is. All right, let me just get it. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm excited. I want to make sure that everybody can hear it. This is Roxy's new theme song. Roxy, here we go. We're ready for you. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, he's a Brett is back. Our God into the future, as a matter of fact. He's a Brett, now you better hightail. This man's rating movies on the negative scale. Oh,
I'm sorry, that's Brett's theme song. But it's good enough,
Rating
right?
movies on a negative
It just
scale.
says Brett and Brett and Brett and Brett over and over again.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, sorry.
Anyway.
Brett, go ahead.
Yeah, Brett, go ahead.
So
Sure, fine. Brett, go ahead.
I saw Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, no.
No, go ahead.
And you liked it. I don't want to talk about that. Go ahead.
Okay, the thing that we're all obsessing over still, The Last of Us. I'm putting this on my list every single week until it's not good, which I don't think is going to happen. I love this show. Episode 4 was probably the most lackluster and
Whoa,
still
lackluster.
great.
Okay.
Not lackluster, the most lackluster of
Oh.
them. Like the 1, 2, and 3 bangers, 4 awesome, but more like Adventure Time. I know that Brett's son disagrees with me though.
Well, that one was shot for shot. The driving part of it.
Oh, yeah, it was from the game.
from the game.
Yes.
So it was good, and the show is great, and I can't wait for next week's episode. They left us on a cliffhanger. I love Melanie Linsky.
Yeah.
I am so excited to see more of her, and
That's HBO Max.
yeah, that's HBO Max.
All right, next one.
All right, I got to talk to you guys about MILF Manor.
What is this?
Okay, I sent you guys a text this week about MILF Manor because this is like the worst show I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Good sell.
And I cannot. If there was, you told me there's only one show I could watch this year,
It's
I
a
would
car
say
crash?
MILF Manor.
Really?
I'm going to tell you what the premise is. It's
All
on
right.
TLC,
Okay.
the Learning Channel.
Oh.
And the premise of the show is that there's about a dozen MILFs. That means that they're moms in their 40s to 50s, and they go to Mexico to date young men.
Okay.
And the young men show up, and it's their sons.
Oh, no, they're dating each other's sons?
Yes, in a manor.
Yeah.
And there's competitions like the women are blindfolded
Get
and
ready.
they have to touch all of the men's
their
chests to
sons
figure
too?
out who's their son.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Or like
I
they're
can't watch
and
this.
they're staying in the same rooms with their son and they're like hanky pankying in the beds with their sons next to them.
This is
and
like the Swan.
there's like different secrets that come out. You have to write down your secrets, and nobody's ever gonna find out. But then, of course, they find out because you wrote them down. And like one of the moms wrote down, like, I fucked my son's best friend. The son had like an absolute meltdown.
All right, let me tell you something. I'm close to throwing up, but I don't know if it's because of that or because of that cup that's in front of me.
The fact that it's been staring at me, like you're making me look at my shame cup.
It's disgusting. Go ahead, finish.
But just imagine it's whiskey. How much would I have to pay you to drink it?
No, you wouldn't have to pay. You'd be
Look
broke.
at your shame cup.
You'd be broke.
You know, a lot of people would pay to drink it, Kristian.
That I'm not going to deny.
Oh, God.
It's disgusting, but it is filth. I hope Mike drinks it when he comes in for Sith. Go ahead.
Oh my God! Tell him it's a nice new drink. Don't
Tell him
do
it's
that.
whiskey.
That's
Yeah.
so fucked
New
up.
sponsor.
Go ahead.
can't do that
Let's
to
go to
him.
the next one, MILF Manor.
So MILF Manor, you have to watch it. TLC, which is also known
Sounds
as
too icky.
Discovery
Yes, I can't
Plus.
do it. I can't
No,
do it.
you
Are
guys
the
have
MILFs
to do it.
hot?
I texted you guys. Some of them are smokes.
Okay.
Like really hot. The MILFs are hotter than the Sons. The
Yeah.
Sons are like 23.
Yeah, they're only
They look
like
like
their
children.
40s. They're not like, right?
Yeah,
like,
they're hot for sure.
When
And
did you
they're-
put that on?
Fuck, man.
right after she.
You don't care about
held it up
anything
in
I
front
do.
of the-
I didn't even see you put that on.
And then I talked about putting it on. I was like, oh, at least I could have like not been putting my sweatshirt on when I spit in a cup.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah.
I remember. Go ahead.
So the other thing I think that you guys need to be watching is Kunk on Earth. Have you heard of this show, Chris?
Is that the one you told me
Yeah.
about? Okay, no. I only heard about it because Brett texted me the day before and said, "Are you watching this?" And I'm like, "No."
Why would you text him and not me?
No, this was
After
we had
you.
done the show already.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
and it reminded me. I was like, oh shit, I don't think Kristian knows about this. I didn't know you were gonna do it.
SCN.
So
you mean.
this is
Yeah.
not a Netflix show. However, it is. That's how we're watching it in the States.
Okay.
It dropped in 2022 in England, and now in January it dropped on Netflix. It's kind of like Monty Python meets Ali G.
Oh, well, that's why you love this
Show. Like it's this British woman who goes around and she interviews people who are experts in their field about history, but she fucks everything up, doesn't know the wars, pronounces all the names wrong,
Okay.
and it is so
It's
funny.
hilarious.
I think it's
Okay.
only 5 episodes.
Yeah, but
I
there's
binged it
other ones.
fast.
I did look on IMDb. She's done Kunk on. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like the new Ali G.
Yeah, but here's the difference, and I'll let you explain it since it's your segment. What's the difference between her and an Ali G that we were talking about? See
I feel
how
like
I
you're
threw it to
quizzing.
you?
And that's not really throwing it to me. You're quizzing me. But yes, the way that stop, Kristian.
Shame cup.
So the difference is she's making fun of herself. She's not making fun of them. Like she's the idiot, not
Okay,
them.
yeah, okay.
So it's really cute and funny and an easy watch at night. I definitely recommend
And
this.
what's that on? It's on
That's
Netflix. So you can
Netflix.
watch it on Netflix. Okay.
Yeah, staying on Netflix for a couple of these. There's this show called Free Ridge, which is the spin-off of On My Block. I didn't watch On My Block, but do you guys remember when it was trending like crazy?
No.
Everybody was like, save On My Block, save On My Block. You don't remember that?
No.
Wow, you guys are not cool.
Nope.
So On My Block was a show. The spin-off is now called Free Ridge. It's a really cute coming of age with a twist, like a little supernatural show. And I really like this, especially for the younger audience. I think it's a lot of fun and really good on Netflix. And then staying on Netflix for my throwback of the week, I wanted to give a shout out to a show that nobody talked about, nobody saw, and the show was canceled. That show is Disjointed. Do you guys remember this cannabis show with Kathy Bates?
Always assume no.
You don't remember? You guys, come on, bros. So Disjointed was a show on Netflix that took place in a dispensary. It was a little bit ahead of its time.
Okay.
And it was a workplace comedy at a pot store starring Kathy Bates.
That sounds
And
fun.
It was.
Yeah.
And it was like weird and trippy, and they did a lot of cool transitions, and they were really dealing with like all different types of people who are coming into the store. And then I just think because it hadn't been legalized in that many states yet, and
People
whatever,
weren't accepting to it
They
or-
weren't.
yeah.
People just didn't like the show, but it's like it's funny,
Okay.
and for potheads around the world, it's really good. So go back and check that out. Disjointed. I think it got 2 seasons.
All right. Sorry, what is it
That's
on?
also Netflix.
It's
yeah.
also Netflix.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
it's a big Netflix week for us.
So that's everything.
Yeah, well, not
Alright.
everything in the world.
So that's everything.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
He's a breath, he's is back. Our God into the future as a matter of fact. He's a breath, now you better hightail. Distance reading movies on
on a negative scale.
All right, congratulations.
The way I curate these for you guys,
Yeah.
like, okay, we're going for the younger audience.
Yeah.
We're going for the stoner audience.
Right.
But then the adult, like,
Yeah.
don't watch it with your kids.
That was for the younger.
I got to
for the
rethink
younger.
my life choices.
I think that's pretty good. All right, we'll close out with one story, then we'll wrap it up. And then what is that big story? There's a few of them out there, but I think, again, from the Ant-Man and the Constantine thing, those are the ones I really wanted to talk about. Other than that, I mean, we have March is what I wanted. We have a big March coming up.
What's happening?
Shit, man. You got Mandalorian.
Shit, man.
Shit, man. You got Mandalorian
When does
coming
Shit
out.
Man drop?
Shit, man.
Is that the
Look, don't be
sequel to
surprised.
Cocaine Bear?
Yeah. But
Oh,
that's coming out. That's the end of this month. That's the end of this month. And then we get into, well, we'll have our interview with Katie Sackhoff, which will drop on the 27th. Then we lead into Creed 3. Then there's Mandalorian.
You figure it out?
Yes.
I need help.
Yeah. I'll help you with that. But yes, so we have Mandalorian, that we have Dungeons and Dragons, we got Shazam. There's a ton. I mean, there's like so many different things coming out. There's like Scream, the new Scream comes out. We're gonna have so many movies in March, and this channel is gonna be so busy, and this show will be so busy covering all these different things. So we'll hope that you join us for that ride. But is there anything of those in general? I might be missing something. For me, it's Creed 3. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
me
looking. You too.
I'm so excited for that movie.
Yeah.
I
Hear good things.
Yeah, and I know that you though, Kristian, I'm kind of surprised to hear that that's the one you're most excited for, only
The
because
Stallone drama.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's still there.
Yeah, I
but
know,
I'm not.
I
But I'm
know.
also. I like Michael B. Jordan a lot. I'm excited to see his directorial debut. Jonathan Majors, especially. Going into this movie before seeing Ant-Man, I was like, this guy is this is the guy. He's a superstar. Early word already is that he steals the show. The thing that I'm curious about, because Michael B. Jordan apparently already confirmed there's going to be a Creed 4. I think there's a possibility that Jonathan Majors can win the fight by the end of
and
this
you
thing.
wouldn't want that.
That's my point.
Oh.
Is that you? Depending on how he's apparently they're coining him as one of the best villains in the franchise.
Okay.
But they coined him as a villain. So you're always going to want to root for Creed, right?
I don't know.
That's the question, because now it's Jonathan Majors. I'm telling you, man, like this guy he's only been in a handful of things so far. I mean, he's been in a lot of things, but stuff as far as like that mainstream audiences and everything too. Now, normally at these premieres, they announce, Peyton Reed came out and he announced the cast, and they usually the star will usually get the biggest pop, right? Every time.
Jonathan Majors got it.
I still think Paul Rudd got it,
Ooh, Zaddy.
but I'll tell you, if you told me you thought Jonathan Majors got the bigger pop, I wouldn't argue with you. Like, out of all the people that were announced, and Jonathan Majors, and this guy, he hasn't been in the spotlight. The point is, it should be a no-brainer that Paul Rudd, from everything they've done, but this guy's already getting that kind of hype. So with that kind of hype behind him already, the people love this dude already. Are people going to be rooting for him against Michael B. Jordan?
I don't think there's any way, but I hear what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think that just even the fact that they're coining him as the villain, there's just no way.
I know.
And he's a good actor.
I know,
so
you're
gonna
right.
Feel whatever it is he wants you to feel, which is disdain for him.
I want to see what you guys think out there. So go ahead and comment on Creed 3. We'll have coverage on it. We're going to be going to a screening hopefully sooner than later. And we'll be covering that. We'll be covering everything, Dungeons & Dragons, Shazam, Scream, and I'm sure I'm missing something else that comes out. I think there's something. John Wick 4. That's another one in March. John Wick 4.
That's mine.
Yeah, that's the one you want to see. And so that's hard for me to also say. I don't know. Did John Wick 4 or Creed? If here, so let's end the show with this. You only get one. Creed 3, John Wick 4. Brett, what do you take?
Well, I haven't seen the Creed, so definitely
so you're
John
for you.
Wick. Yeah.
What?
I know you got to see him. What? So you got to watch him before you see Creed. I'm going to take you to the screening. So
like John Wick a lot, but it's obviously Creed for me.
I'm torn.
No.
I'm torn.
Zip up and
If Stallone's in it,
tape it.
if Stallone's in the movie, there's no arguing. I'm right away. I'm going Creed.
Are you gonna watch Stallone's his reality show that's dropping?
What?
Do you not know about this?
Say again now.
Oh my God! Yes.
Is it with
Stallone
his daughters?
and his wife and Jennifer?
When does this happen?
Soon.
Am I gonna watch it?
Weekly segment.
Am I gonna throw that out
They're
of
like
out of the
likening-
door the second the show's over?
People who are reporting on it are likening it to the Kardashians.
Yes, I'm going to watch.
Yeah, okay.
This is
I'll
about
keep
as
you posted.
this is about as much of a rebirth of the Ozzy Osbourne
TV
thing.
girl comes in the clutch.
You did.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right. So much that we talked about here. What stood out to you? Was it the Ant-Man reactions? Was it John Wick? Was it the TV picks? Was it this disgusting glass of slop in front of me here?
How much money, Christian?
Put
How
it there.
much
Put
money?
that
No, I'm just putting it in front
disgusting
of you.
filth. Filth.
Looks like a nice glass of scotch, like a
Get it, beat it.
Macallan.
Beat it. Or Roxy Streyer's dating story. Is
Glenn
that thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you to the Spider Killer for joining us today in the back.
Saved our
And
lives.
other than that, guys, like I told you, please, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. You can do that right there. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of it. Patreon.com/TheBigThingShow. Get yourself one of those. Get the black sweatshirt just like Roxy has on the Show Some Class, Big Thing, Capes and Cowls, all of it. Or get yourself one of these pillows, the Top Gun Guy pillow. It's amazing. Thank you. We'll be back for Capes and Cowls tomorrow. We appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. You guys are the best. We love you. And for Brett Sheridan, Roxy Streyer. Roxy, what do you got going on this week, by the way? Where can they find you?
You want to know what I'm doing on Wednesday and Thursday?
I don't care. Just tell them where to find you.
Everywhere, Roxy Stryer.
Perfect. Brett?
Yep.
Cool. All right. For that being said, that's us. You're you. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace out, everybody.